Thanks, Rita, and welcome to the Late Look North. Hello, good evening. I'm Sharon Barbour. They live and work in some of our most stunning landscapes, but there are concerns that farmers are facing mounting pressure on their mental health, which can have tragic results. The Farm Safety Foundation says there were 47 suicides in 2024 alone. Mark Denton reports.
Mac has a striking office, over 300 acres of Upper Cokerdale, where his family have farmed since the 30s. But along with a stunning view, there are mental health pressures for farmers.
You're working on your own, and every morning you get up and you might think you know what you're going to be doing, but you can quite clearly, by lunchtime, the wheels have come off. And I think it's important to recognise the stress that brings.
And those pressures can have tragic consequences. The Farm Safety Foundation say in 2024, 47 farmers across the UK took their own lives. And they say in a survey they carried out, over 90% of farmers under the age of 40 said that they had mental health concerns. Fran and Katie are just starting out in the industry. They say young farmers face particular challenges with their mental health.
People don't come up to you and say, I have depression, I need help. And when they do, you understand how serious that is and how quickly you have to act.
It feels like a bit of a pressure cooker that all that stress can build up and up and up until it has nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it can boil over, and when it does boil over, it can be tragic.
This week is Mind Your Head Week, highlighting farmers' mental health issues. The government says it's tackling the mental health crisis in farming communities by investing billions of pounds and recruiting over 8,000 mental health professionals across the NHS. Mark Denton, BBC Look North, Upper Cokerdale, Northumberland.
The British Medical Association says the decision to shut the region's only adult eating disorder inpatient ward is deeply concerning. Last month, it was announced that the Richardson Eating Disorder Service at the Royal Victoria Infirmary in Newcastle would shut by the end of July. Cumbria, Northumberland, Tyne and Wear Foundation Trust said the ward was closing because the hospital needed to expand its urgent and emergency care facilities.
Well, uncertainty is one of the worst things you can give a patient with an eating disorder. They need to know they can get the right care for them when they need it. But right now, apart from knowing this unit's closing, there just isn't certainty about how local people who need inpatient care are going to be supported. And that's really concerning.
To football and an exciting and a vital match for Middlesbrough in the Championship against Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. Tommy Conway gave Borough the lead with Riley Murray 2-0 for Barbour shortly before the break. Into the second half and Sheffield score, but the game ends with Barbour on top of the Champions League.
Barbour back to the top.
A joyous night for every player and for every single fan. Today is the start of National Apprenticeship Week, a chance to highlight the role of apprentices in the workplace. And our very own BBC apprentice, Amelia Martinez-Boundfather, has been meeting other apprentices in key industries.
Apprenticeships come in all shapes and sizes, from bricklayers to bus drivers, from chefs to care workers. For me, it's journalism, which means I get to spend my days right here at the BBC learning what it takes to become a reporter. But how can the right apprenticeships prepare our region's economy for the future? A changing work environment means changes to apprenticeships too. Baltic Apprenticeships, based in Darlington, is a national training provider offering a range of learning opportunities in the digital world. But Operations Director Cody is concerned about the skills gap in our region.
It's quite a big problem across the North East. We've got around 35,000 vacancies advertised at any one time, and over 60% of those go unfilled because there's a shortage of skills talent.
Cody believes apprentices, like Faith, could be the solution.
I'll get assigned, say, like 6 tasks, and that's what I work on consistently for those 2 weeks. I was never considering an apprenticeship while I was at school. It was always very much like
well, I like maths, I'm good at maths, I'm academic, so I must go to uni. And I did start uni as well, but I dropped out just first year basically because it wasn't what I expected. At the time I was almost a bit embarrassed to look for apprenticeships because it was almost like drilled into me, you're academic, go to uni, if you leave uni it's a bit of a failure. So that was a bit of a difficult process, but I knew because I enjoyed maths, data is basically that in real life.
Having started as a level 3 apprentice, Faith's now on a level 6 data science course and has progressed to a senior role.
To be 22 and a lead analyst, like after 3 years in the company, is like that wouldn't happen basically. I don't think if I'd gone to uni and gone straight into a company.
Almost a third of people entering priority roles in England are now entering them from apprenticeships. So investing in the right ones in our region could be the key to success. Emilia Martinez, Barnfather, BBC Lucknow.
Time for the weather now. Here's Paul.
Good evening. Weather-wise, the next few days continue in a similar cloudy vein, but later in the week things will turn brighter but colder, range at least. In the meantime, though, we've got a lot of cloud around over tonight, thick enough for some patchy rain and drizzle. Fairly misty and murky conditions in many places, but temperatures will hold up around 5 or 6 Celsius for most of us, and that's it. Around through the morning, outbreaks of morning. Through the afternoon it becomes a bit more intermittent. Might see something a bit drier at times, maybe even the odd brief bright spell. Where you might see temperatures peaking at 10 degrees Celsius. As we head through Wednesday and Thursday week.
It's all for now. Have a good night. Bye-bye.